Oh boy. Don't you love this getting stuff in the mail? And especially this one I have been waiting on for a while. Can you take any guesses of what could be in this box? Might have to flip it around a little bit to kind of see. I mean, this kind of gives it away, and as well as the title. Yes, we got ourselves a Seestar S50 from ZWO. Finally, I have been waiting to try out one of these for a while now, and I'm going to be probably using this a lot from everyone else that I have been seeing who happened to have one of these, and thank you to High Point for shipping this out to me. Now, this video is not sponsored. I'm not obligated to talk highly about this product here. This is spent with my own money because I've been wanting to use something like this for a while, even though I do have other astrophotography products, but this is something to be a gateway for many people that could be getting into astrophotography, and it kind of just makes it simple. So, as you see, I haven't even opened this thing yet. I literally just came home and just brought it inside. So, let's open her up and see what we are dealing with. There we go. There's the box right there. Nice. Nice little carrying case that they put in with it. So, let's open this up. Make sure to close that. Very sharp Damascus knife. Alright, let's see what we're dealing with. Open that right up, and what do you know? Another box. Now, it seems like there's a handle in here, but I can't quite get it. Okay, never mind. We're gonna do this instead. Yeah. Struggling to get out. There we go. Comes in a nice hard case too, which I'm really happy about because usually I'm buying a lot of the Harbor Freight cases for things like this, but yeah, comes with its own hard case, which is really cool. I get this handle, there we go. It's got a little handle with it, so that's cool. All right, let's open her up and see what she looks like. Ooh, nice. Comes with its own little tripod. That's really nice. Seems like it's similar to the tripod, just like a mini version of the ones that I use with the AM5 mount. It extends all the way out. Okay. That looks like that's a USB cable. I'm gonna set that right there. Aha, here we go. Here's another cool little thing that these Seestars come with is a solar filter, and that's actually going to be one of the first things that we are going to be trying since it is still daytime right now. It's only about 2 in the afternoon. So the sun is out, it is nice and sunny out there, there's no clouds whatsoever, so it'll be the first things to try out with that. And of course as well, you got your quick guide and some safety guidelines, but here it is. Look at flash yourself. It's actually a lot smaller than what I thought it would be. Nice. So you can't really open it up, or you can't really turn it yourself, but yeah. Let's get it together. Alright, so we got her fired up right now, and hopefully I can get the the cap off of the top of it here. It looks like it's a little sticky, but this is all controlled by a smartphone, like the one I'm using to record right now. So we are going to be switching over to... Ready to connect. And I forgot that it actually talks to you. Ready to connect. That's really funny. But yeah, we're going to be switching over to the phone now and be able to do a screen capture of how to connect and set up your brand new Seestar. Alright, so now we're outside with the Seestar. We're going to get ready to try and view the sun. Right now, we got the solar filter with us here. That's the first thing that we are going to be doing. We're also going to be opening up the ASI, the Seestar app. Right there. So we'll go ahead and put our solar filter on there. I'm actually going to look through just in case there is any issues with it. It doesn't look like it. And all you gotta simply do is just plop it right on in there. Make sure it's flush. We are already connected to the Seestar, so let's give it a whirl. Let's go find some solar. Well, actually, the first thing we should probably do is make sure that the bit is leveled in general. Like I say, I'm still getting very used to the whole entire setup of this, so there is going to be some things that I probably will mess up after I just literally open it up in the box. So let's see here. I know there's been a lot of talk about what to do with the level option. You got to make sure that this thing is very level in general. I'm gonna be clicking the Seestar here. Let's go see what some of the advantages here. We have the anti-dew, which is really nice. Get the sound, you can connect to Wi-Fi, which I did the home station, so I don't have to constantly be connected from a different perspective. You got your autofocus, bring the focus panel up, but turn that on. Let's see here, advanced features, enhance exposure, level sensor calibration, okay. Adjust level. There we go, there's that level feature that people were talking about. So we're going to try and get this as level as possible here. I would probably definitely recommend do this on a nice surface. Close enough again. Alright, now let's try and go look at the sun. Installed and shooting. So let's see what happens. Let's see how smart this thing is. Okay, look at that. Wow. Wow, I'm very impressed by that. Look at that. You also have a zoom in function. That's really neat. Seems like you have a little bit of a joystick. I'll have to make it slower. Wow, that's impressive, to say the least. Also did pretty good on the autofocus as well. There's a nice little sunspot region. I'm gonna be sitting down on the ground here. Look at that. That's neat. Let's go and take a photo so we can save it. Wow. Enable target correction. Oh, wow, look at that. Didn't know it had that kind of feature as well. So we can adjust the brightness to our desired taste. There is a nice little sunspot region. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit on it. Alright, Alright, let's bring up the exposure on it.
Autofocusing. Autofocus completed.
Oh, getting a little squirrely there. Yeah, that's really neat. And like how incredibly easy it is for people to use. So we'll go ahead and take another photo of that. Get this back in the center. Wow. I gotta say, I am very impressed by this. Right, firsthand, literally just took it out of the box, got it all set up in a matter of 5 minutes. So yeah, sun test, perfect. Now here is a couple of still frame shots taken from that live stream, just showing all the different targets that we explored with only just a couple of minute exposures. Now I got to use the Seestar for a couple of days, as we did have about one clear night left after the nice streak of about a week where we didn't have any single clouds whatsoever during the nighttime hours. And I definitely have got to say, this is a phenomenal piece of equipment, especially for this price range. Now, is this something that I'm going to be dropping everything of my imaging rig, like my 2600, my AM5 mount, all my refractors, to only use this for astrophotography? No, definitely not. It's not really geared to people who are going to be using this as a dedicated astrophotography setup, but for someone who is just wanting to dip their toes into the hobby, this is a great start at this price range. I mean, you get the optics, you get a dew heater, you get a light pollution filter, you have the ease of connecting to your Wi-Fi that you'll have to be outside for. You can also look at the sun with the solar filter. It can do live stacking. It can stack photos of the sun and planetary wise, all for $499. Yeah, that is a steal, and that is great for people who are wanting to get into the hobby before, dumping several $1,000s into a full astrophotography setup, but have no idea what they're doing right off the bat. This makes it very easy for those new coming astrophotographers and astronomers to learn into, getting into the hobby. Now, another wonderful thing that I'm really excited to be using this for, especially coming up in the summer when I'm going to be once again teaching at Space Camp down in Wallacon, Virginia, in coordination with the Virginia Space Flight Academy. This is going to be a great tool for my students this year to be able to
use this and look at deep sky objects all right from their smartphones. Of course, I'm going to be having other telescopes and stuff too, but this is going to be a really neat feature for me to be using. Now, I have said a lot of good things about it. There is a few cons that I'd like to mention. One thing is, it doesn't have a lens cap, which that kind of freaks me out a little bit. I like my optics to be, covered, which I know there is a couple of 3D printer options, but not everyone has a 3D printer. You can buy one. I just kind of wish that they, just included one at least, even though it does stay underneath here when it's back in this so-called home position, but I still like to have a little bit of a lens cover, to say the least. Now, solar viewing wise, it is excellent for that, but the one problem I have is you can't put the filter on when it's stuck like this, so it's just another step that you have to put it in towards like scenery mode to be able to flip the optic enough for you to safely put on the filter, or if you're feeling froggy enough, as it's hitting the go-to for the sun and you hurry up and put the filter on like I did in the video. It's not really the most recommended because you have a short amount of time, because viewing the sun without that filter, it's going to be damaging your optics and damaging your sensor overall. And another little nitpick that I have, especially if you're using like an Android phone or an iPhone, there is no landscape mode to turn it to the side. I found that out very quickly. I mean, it's not a huge deal, to say the least, but some people like to have that landscape mode so it feels a little bit more natural when you're using the controllers. But I did use it with an iPad, and that has the capability of having it in towards landscape mode, which I don't understand. Maybe that just needs to be a little bit of a software update. But all in all, this gets an A+ for me, man. I'm going to be using this thing quite often, to say the least, and it's going to be a fun tool. My wife can use it whenever she wants to, take pictures and stuff. Haven't been able to get a chance to look at the moon yet with that, so I'm really excited. And some of the photos that I've seen taken with this of the sun have been better than I've been using for my astrophotography setup, and it has a live stacking function to take a video and be able to stack those frames together to get a much more clear picture. That is huge, especially for people like me. I do deep sky astrophotography. I am not the greatest when it comes to planetary, solar, or doing anything of lunar aspects. It's a whole different ball game, and it's a whole different, set of conditions to use something like that. But all in all, wonderful tool here. If you'd like to purchase one of these ZWO Seestars, I do have affiliate links down in the description from many different places that you can find it, either on Agena or High Point Scientific. Those affiliate links there do help me out if you happen to buy one through there. Sometimes they're in stock here and there, but both options are going to be down in the description below for you if you'd like to purchase this for yourself, a family member, or for your kids who want to get started in this wonderful field that we all know and love. This has been it. Thank you for everyone for listening to what I have to say and having me review this Seestar. And always remember, leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out very, very much. And I will see you in the next one in clear skies.